The room fell silent when she stepped forward, heels echoing on the glossy floor, sharp eyes scanning the faces she once bowed before. Valerie Monroe, clad in a crisp white suit with a red camisole that blazed like a warning flare, stopped just shy of the glass double doors leading to her own office. A security guard blocked her path with an apologetic expression, while a sharp-faced woman in a navy suit raised a hand, commanding her to wait. Before we continue, if you are watching our video for the first time, you're highly welcome to your favorite channel, Elliot Stories. Please bless and support us by hitting that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more heartwarming stories coming your way tomorrow and never to miss any. Share to friends who love stories filled with twist, inspiration, and good morals, and also to loved ones who love respect, equity, and justice no matter the cost. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story travel. And to other beautiful and hard-working YouTubers, let's interact in the comment section. I hope to see you soon. To our unique constant viewers, our high-esteemed subscribers, lovely new viewers, and our first-time subscribers, thank you for being part of our beautiful journey daily. Valerie's expression didn't change. She was used to this kind of treatment, the brush-off, the dismissal, the subtle sneers hidden behind tight professional smiles. But today was different. Today, she owned this building. She owned this boardroom. And she sure as hell owned the job the woman in front of her thought she was protecting. 5 seconds later, Valerie calmly pulled out her phone. One call. That's all it took. Clear the boardroom. Effective immediately, she said. Her voice was silk over steel. All board members. Gone. Gasps. Stares. The guard stepped aside. The woman lowered her hand. And just like that, the room that once judged her, doubted her, blocked her, was hers. But it hadn't always been this way. Valerie Monroe was born in the swampy outskirts of Delta State, Nigeria, in a leaky one-room house where rain fell faster inside than out. Her mother, Eloise, a firewood seller with arthritis, raised her alone after her father disappeared when Valerie was 6. At 11, Valerie hawked boiled groundnuts after school to buy books her teachers demanded she bring, or else be flogged in class. By 13, she'd memorized entire textbooks just to avoid shame. And by 15, she was accused of cheating during a regional math contest, because no one believed a poor black girl with dust-covered shoes could solve equations faster than the son of a local dignitary. She didn't cry. Not then. Not when the village mocked her for dreaming beyond her reach. Not when her white scholarship sponsor in America made her wash dishes while studying for her MBA. Not even when her first job made her sit behind a glass wall, fielding racist comments from interns who asked if she was the janitor. But she remembered everything. Years passed. Valerie didn't just climb the ladder, she rebuilt it. Brick by brick. Her reputation was forged in fire, first as a consultant who saved sinking firms, then as a strategist for multinationals who suddenly found profit where there had only been loss. She was unshakable. Until the day she was appointed interim CEO at Fairmorn Global Holdings after the previous board ousted the last male CEO for embezzlement. They thought she'd be a placeholder. They thought wrong. Valerie brought profits to record highs in under 18 months. Cleaned corruption. Restructured leadership. Yet the board still hesitated to give her full executive rights. Why? They said her methods were too aggressive. Translation: they didn't like that a black woman refused to bow. She had one shot to secure her permanent seat, a surprise executive meeting to vote her in. She arrived early that day, only to be told by a smug assistant she wasn't listed as a priority invitee. Security was instructed not to let her in. The assistant even smirked as she said, "Please wait outside." Valerie waited, but not the way they expected. Her lawyer had prepared the documents 3 days earlier. Unknown to the board, Valerie had just bought a controlling share of the company, through shell acquisitions and proxy investors. She hadn't just won the race. She now owned the track. The twist. Her final buy-in happened just minutes before that very meeting. So when she made the call in the hallway, every seat in the boardroom shifted. Confusion turned to panic. Because they knew what was coming. And it came fast. Security escorted each board member out. Some protested. One woman cried. The chairman turned red with rage. Valerie walked in last. The entire staff watched in stunned silence. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't throw papers or shout. She simply sat at the head of the table, crossed her legs, and said, "Starting today, we rebuild. With people who respect people." The new hires were diverse, brilliant, and progressive. Within weeks, media headlines changed their tone. Valerie wasn't a placeholder anymore, she was the future of corporate leadership. But her journey didn't stop there. She started an internal leadership academy for women in marginalized communities. Scholarships flowed back to her hometown. She rebuilt her mother's house, turning it into a community center. When a journalist asked her what fueled her resilience, she simply said, "Being told I wasn't allowed inside rooms I now own." But one incident remained with her. It happened 3 months after her full CEO appointment. She walked into a meeting where a junior manager, newly hired, told her, without looking up, that the conference room was reserved for executive staff only. Valerie smiled politely. "And what title do you think I hold?" she asked. The young man blinked. His expression froze. Apologies stammered out. She didn't scold him. She gave him a book instead, Invisible Woman in Corporate Armor. It was her own story, ghostwritten under a pseudonym and anonymously shared with female staff. It had become a quiet manual in many workspaces. The message was simple: never underestimate people based on how they look or where they come from. That message became the cornerstone of Fairmont's global training initiative, now implemented in 42 countries. Valerie remained calm, focused, and strategic, but her fire never dimmed. The same fire that lit up her red camisole in the airport that day, when she was mistaken, again, for someone insignificant. As she walked through the terminal, staff from various airlines watched in awe. By now, word had spread. The woman told to wait outside her own office wasn't just a CEO. She was the owner. She didn't seek revenge. She built legacies. And perhaps the most powerful twist of all, the very flight attendant who blocked her that day became a project manager under her leadership 6 months later, after being fired for misconduct and retrained through Valerie's second chance hiring program. At the reintroduction meeting, the former attendant was the first to stand and applaud Valerie. And Valerie? She simply nodded and said, "Everyone deserves a chance to learn. But no one deserves to be disrespected." In the end, the lesson wasn't just about power or position. It was about value, humanity, the unshakable dignity of those who keep moving forward, no matter how many doors are slammed in their face. So if you've ever been overlooked, silenced, or underestimated, remember Valerie Monroe, the woman told to wait outside who returned and cleared the room. This story was humbly crafted and brought to you by your favorite channel, Elliot Stories. Catch you on the next one. Huge appreciation from Elliot Stories.